to Tabletop Devils. I'm Paul.
And I'm Adam.
And this is our first battle report.
Yes. Today we're going to be playing a Scorched Earth mission from the Grand Tournament Pack, mission 12. It's going to be my Ultramarines against Paul's Tyranids.
Yeah.
Calgar is out looking for revenge.
Yes. Yeah, it should be good. And we will try and do our best to adhere to the recent FAQs that just came out.
Just
So
recently dropped, yeah.
we'll do our best and
This should be fun.
yeah, let's move on to the list. So today I am playing 2,000 points of Tyranids. I have taken the Kronos High Fleet for the 0-1s if I don't move benefit. I've got a battalion, and today my list has, starting with 11 command points because I've spent one on Progeny, what's it called? What is it called? Progeny of the Hive, which I'll explain a bit later. So let's just move on to the units. Starting with my Warlord, I have the Swarmlord. He has 270 points. He has the amazing benefit of the Hive Commander ability, which allows them to move a unit in each shooting phase as if it was the movement phase, and advance if I should wish. It's a pretty strong ability, especially on myself. He's got a 4-up invulnerable save, which is a 3-up in combat. And he also has an 18-inch synapse instead of 12. He's got 2 psychic powers, he's got Catalyst and Onslaught. And he's a pretty resilient fighting character.
Resilient everything.
Yeah, he's got Bone Sabers, which are good in themselves, minus 3 AP, 3 damage, and each time I make a wound roll of 6, the target will suffer a mortal wound in addition to any other damage. So he is a pretty good unit. The next HQ I have is a Neurothrope, 95 point model, has a 3-up invulnerable save. It's not the toughest model in the world, but the 3-up invulnerable save makes it pretty nice, and it can be targeted because it only has 5 wounds, unless it is the closest model and all that. It has a special ability called Warp Siphon, so I can reroll 1s when taking psychic tests for himself and for friendly zoanthropes within 6 inches of the model. He has Catalyst, which is a warp charge of 6, so potentially buffing himself or the Swarmlord.
5+ feel no pain.
5+ feel no pain, yes. And they obviously Smite in addition. So yeah, he's pretty nasty. Oh yes, did I mention Spirit Leech already? No, I didn't. I don't think I did. So he has Spirit Leech, so each time the Neurothrope slays a model using his Smite power, he can heal a friendly Zoanthrope unit within 6 inches. So, just by 1 wound, but...
They're already hard enough to kill for them.
Yeah, just by 1.
An army of 3+ invulnerables.
Yeah. Well, that's what you need that in 9th. You need to be resilient in 9th. So. Yeah, so moving on to the next unit. So, my first troops unit is a 14 model strong unit of Gene Stealers for 280 points. I have given them Toxin Sacks, which is an extra 70 points, which is why they cost a bit more.
Why have you done that?
Why have I done that? Because they have Rending Claws, and each time I make a wound roll of 6, it's AP minus 4, and the Toxin Sacks, when you roll a 6 or 6+, gives you an extra damage. So they're 2 damage minus 4 and 6s. So they are
Primaris killers.
Primaris killers. They were fighting Ultramarine Primaris. So yeah, so they have obviously they still have the Swift and Deadly ability, so I can charge even if I advance during the turn. And they have their 5-up invulnerable save, which makes them slightly more resilient than Gaunts. And also their toughness 4 as well, so they're slightly harder to. They do still die pretty quickly, but let's see if I can get to serve some sort of purpose today. Moving on to the next unit, which is another unit of Gene Stealers. In fact, 2 units of Gene Stealers. So my next 2 units are troops, and they're both 5 model strong units of Gene Stealers. They don't have any special abilities, it's just standard Gene Stealers. So I won't bother talking about that too much. Skipping on to the next unit, which is a unit of Zoanthropes, another elite choice. I have 5 of them, so they will get the Warp Blast benefit. So because there's more than 4 or 5 Zoanthropes, instead of just causing D3 more wounds, they cause D3 plus D3 mortal wounds, or D6, whatever. It's D3 plus the smite roll, that's what I'm trying to say.
But not a flat 3.
No, that's for 6. That's for 6, yeah.
Oh, right.
They obviously have a 3-up and vulnerable save, so they're pretty hard to get rid of. They have Catalyst, that's a warp charge of 6. Yeah, so that's pretty much them. They don't have any guns, they're not really good in combat. They are a blob of hard to kill, smiting, nasty brains that float and have to flank you.
Get a minimum 2 on the smite,
Yes.
which is very good.
On to the next unit. It is 6 Hive Guard for 270 points. And they feature the Impaler Cannons, which is a 36-inch range heavy 2 weapon, strength 8, minus 2 AP, D3 damage, and it doesn't need line of sight and it ignores all cover. So hide them behind stuff and shoot stuff and hope for the best and shoot twice with single-minded annihilation. That's kind of
Got nothing to say about that.
what they are at the moment in 9th.
Must take.
Yeah, in most lists I would say, yeah. But let's see how they do. On to the next unit, which is an Exo Shrine, or Exo Cream, however you want to pronounce it. It's a 170 point model, and this is basically artillery for the Tyranids. It has a special rule called Symbiotic Targeting, so if it doesn't move in its movement phase, you can add 1 to the hit rolls. Combine that with Chronos and then reroll on 1s. And they also have something called Weapon Beast, so if this model doesn't move, it can shoot all those weapons twice in the shooting phase. So it's a toughness 8 artillery that can shoot twice. It has a 36-inch range, heavy 6, strength 7 weapon, minus 3 AP, 2 damage.
You've got stratagems to let it move and do that as well.
I can let it move, and I can use a stratagem to make it as if it hadn't moved, thanks to the Psychic Awakening book. The next unit is exactly the same. The only difference for this Exo Shrine is that it has a command point spent on it for the propping of the hive mind. So I've given it a, what do you call it, a biological benefit. I'll need to check the name of it, but it's a Dermic Symbiosis from the Psychic Awakening book, where I sacrifice my Warlord trait to give a model a benefit. In this case, I've given the model a 5-up and vulnerable save to try and keep him alive, because he has to be in line of sight to shoot, unlike the Hive Guard. And also, when he's damaged, counts as having double the number of wounds when consulting the damage table. So it makes him slightly more survivable and slightly better when he starts to die, which he will. He's probably going to be one of your meat targets. So, yeah. On to the next unit. We have a Trigon Prime. I wouldn't say this is one of the better units in 9th, but it's a 190 point killing machine. When it gets into combat, if and when, it has a special rule called Subterranean Assault. So during deployment I can set them up in reserve, well, in deep strike basically, in the tunnels under the map. And I can also set up a friendly infantry unit in the tunnels beside him. So he will be starting in the tunnels along with the 14 J Steelers. So they're going to pop up somewhere.
And that's a surprise.
Yes, he has massive Sidon Talons, which is a strength user weapon, so strength 7, minus 3 AP, E6 damage, and it can reroll hits of 1 when attacking. And because it has more than 1 pair, it gets +1 attack. So you will have 7 attacks standard, and then +1 with Toxin Spike that I've given him, instead of the Pincer Tail. So this wounds infantry on 2+, except vehicles. So good against infantry, probably still good against vehicles, but we don't have any today, which you'll see shortly. And the last unit that I have taken is a flyer, and it's the Hive Pro. It's 155 points. I wouldn't say it's a brilliant unit, I'm just taking it because it's something different, we don't use it very often. It's got a couple of weapons on it. There's not really any special abilities to talk about. It does have Siding Winds, which are minus 2 AP, D3 damage, you can reroll 1s. It's got a couple of guns which are okay, and it's got a tail which can make 1 attack per turn, and it's a pretty nasty tail. Strength 8, minus 3 AP, D3 damage. But yeah, it will probably die pretty quickly. But it's a flyer. It doesn't have a minimum move, so it can stop, it can block stuff, it can charge stuff that's on the ground, but it can also be charged. So
I can't kill everything, so
yes.
But you've got a lot of invulnerable saves in your army, and a lot of either 2 or D3 damage. So
yeah,
Primaris could die quite quickly here,
yes.
if he's allowed to do so.
And my secondary objectives I've taken engage on all fronts because I do have quite a lot of fast moving units. Gene Stealers,
Deep strikes.
Deep Strikes. I've taken grind them down. Kill
more
stuff.
of me than I kill of you.
Because, yeah, I just had to. And I've also taken cut off the head because I thought it'd be quite fun to try and kill your Warlord.
The Swan Lord's still bitter and he's after Calgar again. Yeah?
I don't think I'll be able to do it, but I thought it'd be quite fun. So, yeah.
If you do it,
It'll be fun.
Big trouble for me.
And move on to the Ultramarines.
We'll move right on to the Ultramarines now, yes?
Yes.
So,
yes.
Okay, now on to the Ultramarines. Today I've got a battalion and it is 1,988 points. It's not optimised at all because of the new FAQ drop and the change. I've just dropped a few figures out. There are weapon options that I could change about that would make it a bit more optimal, but by no means would you be taking this to a competition anyway. Reading the force today, we've got Marneus Calgar, the chapter master of the Ultramarines himself, looking to slay him a Swan Lord. It's round 3. He's good, the half all damage taken gives you 2 extra command points. So in this force we have 14 command points at the start, spent 4. We'll talk about those as we go through. So we're starting the game with 10. He's also brought his captain with him, purely just to spread those rerolls out. Marines love a reroll, you get plenty of them. The captain himself has the relic shield and the mastercrafted power sword, and he is hopefully, if I play him right, going to try and absorb some smites, because the relic shield does give him a 4+ ignore mortal wounds. So zone throats, I'm looking at you. That's going to be his job. Because I've got Marneus Calgar as my Warlord, I do have 2 units of Victrix Guard in the army as well. So 2 units of 2, they don't take up force organisation, so it still allows you to get the elites in where you need them. They have the Ultima Storm Shields, which is unique, one of the Storm Shields that are still a 3+ invulnerable. But you don't get the +1 armour save that the other Storm Shields get, but they're on a 2+ armour save base. The Victrix Guard, whilst they're within 3 inches of other characters, you can't target those characters. So it means I can move my characters out without having to worry about them being too close to other units and getting sniped. They can also heroically intervene as characters, so it gives you a bit more caution maybe if you're coming after my characters. But
maybe.
If you're the Victrix Guard, that's all I'm saying, if you're the Victrix Guard.
Maybe suicidal today.
Moving on to my troops choices, I've got a unit of 9 Assault Intercessors. Mainly for points, the 9, but the 9 also helps avoid the D6 blast issue. You're still D6, you get D3, max 3, you're not going to get the automatic 6 shots, so it keeps them a bit safer. They're there just to push the lines basically. They get a silly amount of attacks. On the charge they're getting 4 attacks each, 5 for the Sergeant. Sergeant's got a power sword. And they're the only unit in army now that can use Honour the Chapter. So 2 command points to fight for a second round. I'd like that to be on the Veteran Intercessors as well, but it's not to be. Second unit, we have 5 Intercessors with Stalker bolt rifles. So they're the heavy weapon option. Good for the damage, still only strength 4, but 2 damage each. What I like about them in the Ultramarine list is, come turns 2 and 3 when I'm in Tactical Doctrine, I can move and shoot the heavy weapons without the -1 modifier. And I've still got the ability army-wide to pull out of combat and shoot at a -1 anyway, so shoot the weapons, I've got a bit more power. The third unit is another unit of 5 Intercessors I should say, with assault bolters, auto bolt rifles we'll call them, because that's the correct name. They are more for moving up the table. They've got 3 shots each, laying down some fire. Come turns 2 and 3, there's -1 on them as well. But mainly they are objective holders that can lay down some small arms fire. If you had hordes, which you don't have today.
Nope.
We then move on to the elites, and the first squad we've got is 3 aggressors. Aggressors are still good. No, they don't get to shoot twice anymore, and they don't get to advance without the modifier, but they've still got a lot of firepower. 6 shots each from their gauntlets, 6 shots each from their auto launchers. They've still got power fists, which they forget, so they're actually still good to move forward, get a lot of shooting, hit some big stuff hopefully. We then move on to the Blade Guard veterans, who are in this case backing up the Victrix Guard. I'd like to say one of the Victrix Guard, but at the moment they're possibly better. They've got the 4+ invulnerable in the storm shields, giving them a 2+ armour save because of the benefits, but they've got the master crafted power swords as well. So they've got the +1 strength, 2 damage. So more killy than the Victrix Guard, but not as resilient. But they are moving up alongside them, learning the trade. Hopefully to protect the next unit, which is the Primaris Apothecary. Everybody's got that. He has had a command point spent on him to be a hero of the chapter, so he's got a Warlord trait, which is the old selfless healer, so he gets to use his combat restoratives twice per turn and automatically heals for 3 runes when he does so. And he'll get to use the revival stratagem for 0 command points. So together with the resilient nature of Calgar and the Victrix Guard, and he can't be targeted because of the Victrix Guard, you have to kill the Victrix Guard.
Yep.
So I'm sure he'll be trying that. I've also given the medic the Armour Indomitus as my relic, so he gets +1 wound, but a save with 2+. And once per battle, I can activate the force field and it becomes a 3+ invulnerable for the phase. So if ever he looks like he's in danger, try and get out of jail free. We then move on to the fast attack. I have an Inceptor squad with assault bolters. They're coming out of deep strike and hopefully got enough firepower to try to pick off units that have already been wounded by that point, but really to also try and grab me some engage on all fronts. Try and land any space you leave me. You lay down, if the squad of 3 comes in, it's 18 shots, strength 5. By that point, -2 AP. They can put out a bit of and they can then jump about and try and grab objectives if possible. I also have an Invader ATV with a multi-melter. Fast moving vehicle, lots of wounds, well, lots of wounds for what it is, but it's the 2 melter shots that can move up the table pretty quickly and try and put some heart onto your units.
Yes.
Also have the Outrider squad. Not really great in this army, I have to say, but the Space Marines on bikes, the cool factor just comes into it. They do get a lot of attacks on the charge. Again, better than a combat army. But they're resilient enough that they can hold up your lines just to give other troops a chance to do what they do best.
Yeah.
So they're not. I don't ever expect much out of them.
But they're nice models.
And there's no options on them. They come as they come.
Yeah.
But they're nice models. And you can make nice bike noises when it's moving.
Maybe. We'll see.
My heavy support, I've got a squad of 3 Eradicators, and there is a proxy here purely because the figures haven't been launched yet, because they have the heavy melter rifle.
Good. Very good.
Again, we're Ultramarines. They're going into reserve, so they'll be coming on turn 2 onwards. So turns 2 and 3, I can move and shoot heavy weapons without modifier, so they can come on from reserve, no hit modifier. And when they're in melter range, which is 12 inches, it's D6 +4 damage, and they get to shoot twice. it's just too good.
Not good.
When they come on, something gets deleted. That's everybody loves aggressors. They're aggressors with big guns.
Yes.
So, eradicators for the win.
Yeah.
My last squad I've got is the Hellblaster squad. And as you'll see in the picture, you might all be shocked, heavy plasma incinerators. I like them again, said that a lot. Turns 2 and 3 I can move those without the -1 to hit. I can overcharge them on Ultramarines. Got stratagems for reroll 1, so I don't need a character close by for the overcharge. Flat 3 damage. I think it's very good, especially in a possible emerging meta where Gravis armor with heavy intercessors and everything are more common. I think your Hive Guard are 3 wounds each.
Yeah, I think they're 3. I need to check.
I'll never get hold of them, but the possibility of 3 damage seems to be quite a nice mark at the moment, I think. And it's not the problem with getting into the closer range to get double shots with the normal incinerator or obviously 24. I like the strength 9 because it means if I come up against vehicles, strength 9, flat 3 damage, you can reliably delete it. Very expensive unit, I'm not going to lie, but they're coming in at 302 points. So I will never take whilst we stand we fight, because 1, you want to kill them because they're powerful, and 2, you'd be denying me 5 victory points.
Yep.
That is the Ultramarine force. For my secondaries, I have taken engage on all fronts. I want to be moving forward your Tyranids. I've got deep strike units, I've got bikes. Hopefully I can hold some table quarters, tie up your army where it is, so my shooting forces can do what they need to do. I've got Bring It Down. Has been nerfed a little bit with a recent FAQ.
Yes. Less
points, but you still have a lot of big stuff that I need to kill. So if I'm killing it,
yeah,
I may as well get points for it.
Yeah.
And I have Deploy Scramblers. So once per turn, and 1 infantry unit can deploy Scramblers. Once in my deployment zone, once in no man's land, and once in your deployment zone. And if I do so, I get victory points.
Yep.
So I want to engage on all fronts, so I want to be on your table quarters. So I've got deep strikers, hopefully I can deploy the Scramblers your side. I should have no problem in no man's land. And if I can't deploy my zone, the game's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I'll be looking to do. And we've already rolled for first turn.
Yeah.
I won the dice roll, so I have to go first. And when I did so, I decided to use my Ultramarine stratagem to redeploy my troops. So I paid, that was my other 2 command points went on that. And I've moved my heavy plasma Hellblasters and deployed into the left flank. We'll show you a picture of that. And I've taken the ATV that was on that side and deployed it to the opposite flank.
Okay.
Basically because we didn't have any line of sight or anything, so that's that. So time to get into the game.
Yep.
I've only one thing left to say. We march for McCrag. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome back, guys. We've now just completed our deployment. As you can see, this planet is now a wasteland. The Tyranid spores have spawned the capillary towers, starting to dissolve the planet. There's a couple of buildings that are ruins. A couple of containers left over by whoever was living here before. The dead Imperial civilization that the Ultramarines have
Heroically appeared
to
defend.
Just before we talk about deployment, guys, all of the Tyranid style terrain will be classed as dense cover, similar to trees really, class them as forests. The ruin in the middle will be obscuring, so it's going to have line of sight block in. and so will the containers on both sides of the table, and the pipes will count. What's the word for pipes again?
Defence line.
Defence line, that's the one.
All buildings will be hardcover.
Yes.
Heavy cover.
So, talking about the Tyranids deployment, we know we're going second. We know that now, but we set up defensive anyway. So on the right flank we have the Hive Crone, and we have the Gene Stealers inside what little cover there is. The Exo Shrine, the one that doesn't have the 5-up unrunnable save, is behind dense cover, or in dense cover, half in. The Neurothrope and the Zoanthropes have also set up in dense cover, and got the line of sight in the middle, so that should hopefully help this Exo Shrine survive a little bit. And on the other flank, we have the Exo Shrine behind the crates, so he's out of line of sight. And we have the 6 Hive Guard, they're probably not going to move from there, so they can shoot from line of sight, behind line of sight, so they're fine. And the Swarm Lord is right at the back, hiding away, because if I leave him in the open, he will die. And they're all got dense cover as well, so useful. So we don't have any objectives to start with, because we're hiding. What about the Ultramarines?
Now the Ultramarines, we have the redeployed Hellblaster squad that came off the top of the crates. They've moved over here purely to get a line of sight, which they didn't have before how you set it up. So fine, it's through dense cover, but we now have line of sight on some of your bigger creatures. The aggressors are not being very aggressive and just setting up to try and support the bikes here, which are ready for their rapid movement up the table. Got a squad of intercessors hiding in this terrain here, ready to deploy. Assault intercessors going up the centre of the table, and then we have the command squad. So the Victrix guard flanked by the Blade Guard, the captain with Calgar and the apothecary. The captain, Zora's not really benefiting here, but he doesn't plan on staying with Calgar, that's the whole reason for that. And the ATV redeployed from the left flank to the right, because I reckon I can get enough movement up here to maybe get a shot on a big gribbly hiding behind the crates.
Possibly.
And I've got another unit of intercessors sitting at the back, not quite knowing what to do.
Yeah. Alright. So
let's get on with turn 1 movement then.
Yep, turn 1 for the
Ultramarines.
So, movement and command phase summary for the Ultramarines, turn 1.
Yep, at the start of the command phase I got 1 command point back, so I'm up to 11 for the turn. Couldn't use his Chapter Master ability really, there was nobody in range that was worth rerolls for the turn with, because I redeployed the Hellblasters that were the main use of that, but I needed them away. So the command squad with the 2 Victrix Guard units, the Blade Guard, Calgar himself and the Apothecary all moved up. They all rolled really bad advances apart from this one unit which had been on the left. It got to advance 10, -2 for the terrain, so it now got within 3 inches of the central objective. Everybody at the back just sort of consolidated around that objective there. The Assault Marines have moved forward, take the centre of the table. This infantry squad here have actually held position. They're going to be deploying scramblers for the turn.
Yeah, I can barely see them in the building, but
they're all hiding, camouflaged in blue. The aggressors managed to roll 1 on their advance, so they've just come forward enough to make sure they're still holding this. The bikes just did a normal move and came around to claim that objective. I didn't bother moving the Hellblasters, even though they're already going to be taking -1 to shoot what they want to shoot, but it was just too awkward to get 4-inch movement that was going to be worthwhile, so they stayed still. Just to note, I've still got I paid for the Eradicators to be in reserve, and the Inceptors are in there because of their deep strike ability anyway. So now time to move on to the shooting phase, because I have no psychers.
Okay.
So we'll see you in a minute.
So, shooting phase for the Ultramarines, turn 1.
Right, we're going to start with the Hellblasters, who are here and they have enough range.
What are they shooting?
They're going to shoot, get exocrine,
Okay.
and we're going to overcharge. So,
Okay.
and we're going to pay a command point for Sons of Guilliman for reroll 1s,
Okay.
and we'll roll just here to see if I get that command point back on a 5+.
You do.
I do, see, Ultramarines rule. So still at 11 command points.
Okay.
So, it's -1 because we're shooting through lots of dents.
Yes.
So that'll be 9 shots. Hitting on 4s because of the -1, re-rolling 1s. And there's no deaths anyway. We'll just accept the 3 misses. So we're strength 9.
Yep, toughness
Your
8.
toughness 8, so 3s to wound.
Sure is.
So that'll be 4 wounds, which would equate to 12. How many wounds does that thing have again?
It has
Just quickly check.
12 wounds.
And do you have any invulnerables on that?
That is the one without the invulnerable save.
Because that's -5 in the AP, so you're not going to get a save.
I'm not going to get a save, so it's
That
dead.
would be dead without a reroll, so we will
Excellent.
just accept that dice roll.
Does it explode? It does not.
Right, so that's death to 1 monster.
Okay, goodbye, extra shrine. Alright. So, do you know what you're doing next?
Yes. The ATV that's been zooming up this flank can now see enough of you to get a shot.
The other extra shrine?
Yes.
Excellent.
So I can draw a line to you without going through that dense cover that you're in.
Yes.
So I will be hitting you on 3s. 2 shots with a multi-melter. And we'll do the auto bolt rifles if required, which will be. I will spend a command point to reroll a 2. So we're down to 10. Let's reroll that. 2 hits. Strength 8, toughness 8,
Yes.
4s to wound. For Gilliman. Oh!
Excellent.
There we go.
I need to have one on my life.
And 6 shots from the auto bolt rifles. That's cocked. We do have the house rule, if it's not completely flat, you reroll the dice. And 6s to wound. 2 wounds, no modifier on the saves.
Okay, so that will be a 3-up save. And they both save.
So that was absolutely useless.
Excellent.
And now we'll move on to the intercessors. That's the last unit to be shooting this phase.
Okay.
So this unit here, that came forward, never advanced, sorry, is just going to have a... Yeah, all 5 of them can see into the zone tropes here. And I'll just check my range, because they have the heavies. Yep.
Yeah.
So because of terrain, we're ignoring the fact that it's -2 to hit at the moment, -1 maximum, so hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s for the captain being next to them. Oh dear, 1 reroll. Oh, yes, back to the 1.
I like that.
So 1 hit, strength 4, toughness 4, 4 to wound.
Yes.
Oh, there's another 1.
Excellent.
So that will be the shooting phase finished, and we'll be back in the charge phase.
Alright. So, charges.
Yeah, there's no charges. I was getting excited.
Yeah, there's nothing in range of anywhere, so.
Yeah. So that's really the phase over. In terms of summarising, I don't have engage on all fronts at the moment. I've got 2 points for bringing it down, for killing the extra crime.
Yep.
And I've started to deploy scramblers here. So
Yeah. But you have got control.
got control of 4 objectives at the moment.
At the moment, yeah. So.
Let's see what the Tyranids can do in their turn 1.
Hooray!
Okay, so we're back after the Tyranids movement phase turn 1 and command phase. So what happened?
Right, so I'm back up to 12 command points, get one back in the command phase, and this is what we've done. So these Gene Stealers here have advanced through the ruin onto the objective, and they've given themselves options, depending on what happens, to charge either the bikes or maybe a long charge into your, what do they call you?
Aggressors?
Aggressors, yeah.
Brave boys.
Maybe, we'll see what happens.
Big
The flyer has obviously moved over.
Yep.
He's got options to shoot, he's got options to charge, so
Yeah, I wonder who he wants to charge.
yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The Zoanthropes and the Neurothrope have advanced behind the line of sight, so they're still they can't see these guys. I'm hoping the Smites are going to get rid of these guys.
Genestealers hiding there as well.
The Genestealers are also here. They're maybe going to try to charge through the building.
Yep.
Into your Assault Marines, I suppose.
Yeah.
And Swarmlord has moved around. He's on the objective at the moment. He did advance, so he's going to have to cast Onslaught if he wants to charge. Or he could move. Well, he's going to try and move himself again.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and end up somewhere in here, depending on his advance roll.
Going to try and get into Calgar, is he?
Well, that's the objective. This Exo Shrine was here, it's moved. I plan to use a stratagem on it, so to make it as if it hadn't moved. I'll get the name of that in a minute. And we have the Trigon Prime and 14 Genestealers still in the tunnels below. Come up turn 2. So, move on to the psychic phase and see what happens.
Indeed. Okay, so back with the psychic phase. Where are you going to start?
Well, first one is Onslaught, which is this one we're going to try and cast it on himself. I think it's Warp Charge 6, so
I've got no denies.
that'll be a pass.
I'll pass if you think it's 6.
I think it's 6. We'll just check that and I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, we're back and it was casting a 6. So what's your next power going to be?
Okay, so he is now going to try and cast Catalyst on himself. And that is a pass.
Yes.
So he has the 5-up Feel No
Feel
Pain.
no pains.
We'll just go straight on to the Zoanthropes,
Yes.
who are going to cast Smite
And that will hit the Victrix guard there.
on these boys. That is a pass.
Yes. So
it's D3 plus D3.
D3, so 2D3.
Nice. 6 mortal wounds.
Alright, I have to I am within 3 inches of my apothecary there. It's been pre-measured during the movement. So I have my 6 plus Nithesium saves. So there's one left with 1 wound.
He shrugs 1, that's pretty good.
Yep, so it keeps 1 alive, and I'll mark up the wounds on another one in a minute.
Excellent. Well, we'll just continue. So the Neurothrope now will be smiting. He gets to reroll 1, so it's a fail at the moment.
He's definitely within range.
That is a pass.
Pass?
Yes.
As long as he's within range.
It's 18 inches for smite, is it?
12. Oh yeah, okay.
I think so.
Yep, there's me in Grey Knight mode again.
Yep, so I think he just dies, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
just. Oh,
Well, it's 3 more.
I can roll 3 6s. That's easy. For us Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, not quite. He's
Very
dead. Goodbye, Victrix card.
Excellent. And that is the psychic phase complete.
Okay, we'll be back in a minute with the shooting phase. Okay, so we're back with the turn 1 shooting phase for the Tyranids. And now, what's going to go first?
First we'll do the Swarmlord, so he's going to use his Hive Commander ability
Alright.
on himself. So
Extra
he
move.
is going to move and advance, whatever that adds up to. So we'll just do that off camera and we'll be right back.
And so we're back with the Swarmlord having advanced up to just the other side of this terrain from Calgar. And it's about a 5-inch charge when it comes to the charge phase. So,
Yeah.
what's next?
Next, I'm going to spend a command point on the Exo Shrine. What was it called again? Symbiotic Devastation. Costing
Alright.
1 point. It's a new stratagem from the Psychic Awakening book. Costs 1 CP, and basically this counts as not having moved, so he can shoot twice.
What's he going to be shooting?
What is he going to be shooting? I think we're going to try and thin the 2 units protecting Calgar, so I think we'll shoot the front row, which is the, what are they called again?
Ones with the white helmets?
Yeah, the
I think
ones,
they've all got white helmets.
the front 3,
The front 3, the Blade Guard veterans.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so they will be -1 to hit.
They will be for being on through the cover, yes.
So he didn't move, so his +1 gets negated by that, so he's hitting on 4s, but we roll on 1s.
Right.
Let's go, so 6 shots. He's rerolling the 1s, it's pretty good so far. Destroying the terrain. Okay, so 4 hits. And it is, I'm going to show it. Let's just check the strength and come back.
Okay, we're back. We just have to do a quick battery change there in the camera. So we got 4 hits from the Exocrine.
Yep. And it is strength 8, so what am I wounded on?
Toughness 4. So 2 to wound.
There we go.
3 wounds. And
They are -3.
-3, but I've got the Storm Shield, so it'll be 4 plus invulnerables.
It's 2 damage
dear.
each.
Okay, that's 2 damage each. I do have my 6-up Narthecium saves from the Apothecary. So 4 damage. So down to 3, so 1 dies.
Excellent.
So take 1 off and we'll be back with the rest of the shooting. Okay, so back with the Exocrine shooting again.
Yep, he's shooting the same unit again, so 6 shots. Hitting on 4s, only 2 hits that time.
And 2s to wound.
Wounded on 3s.
2, 4, 2s,
3s.
1.
Was it
That was 2s. Strength 8.
7?
You said strength 8 first time.
Did I?
Chancer, so 1. Was it 1?
This one.
4 up. No. So 2 damage.
Yep.
So 2 6-ups for the. No, so 2 damage, so 1 down to 1 wound. Anything else?
We'll come back to you.
Come back to you. Okay, we're back after an oopsie with the Exocrine. What have you been up to?
So it's not strength 8, it's strength 7, but that didn't affect the roll.
Didn't affect the first roll, and meant the second roll did nothing.
Yes. So moving on to the Hive Guard that are behind the containers.
Yep.
We're going to try and finish the Victrix Guard.
The Victrix Guard. You can try.
Unit in the front there.
Yep.
So heavy 2, so 12 shots. Hitting on 3s.
3 rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s, yes. So there's a couple of misses. It's not bad. And I will be wounding you on, this time I'll be wounding you on 2s. So it's strength 8.
Strength 8.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Not too bad.
So that's 6.
6 of them.
It's -2, I believe.
It is -2.
So it's 3 up invulnerable saves for the Victrix Guard. Oh, look at that brilliant roll there.
That's good.
I will spend a command point to reroll 1.
Okay.
Yep, saved.
Yep, okay.
And I can't get that back because I've had one back this turn already.
So it is.
So D3 one at a time.
Yep.
First one does 2. I need to take my Feel No Pains.
Very good.
Yes, that's 2
The
through.
second one.
The second one
Kills 1, maybe.
does 3, which
Kills 1.
kills 1. I'll just have to double check something, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. That's both Victrix Guard dead from that, so they're 2 wounds each. And you've got a stratagem coming in now.
Yep, I'm going to use single-minded annihilation on the Hive Guard, so that's 2
Alright.
CP.
Yes, and what are they going to be shooting?
They get to shoot again, and they're going to be shooting your Warlord.
Going to be shooting Calgar there.
Yes, they
He's
are.
just lost all his guard, eh?
Yes.
Coward.
That's the mission.
Knows the Swarmlord can't do it on his own. That's
Well, yeah, quite possibly.
so.
So, hit on 3s, re-rolling 1s. There's a 1. It's not bad. It's not bad.
3s to wound. Toughness 5.
Okay. That's not bad. 2, 4, 6, 8 saves, please.
8 saves. Okay, I'll just get some dice. Here's 6. I'll reroll 2. 4 plus invulnerable saves. Not great so far. I'll just roll 2 more. That's 2 failed. 4 failed.
4 failed.
I think so. And so D3 damage.
D3 damage. 3, 5, 7, 8.
So they get halved. So 2, 1, 1, 1. So 4. And don't save anything with the Narthecium. So
Is it 2, 1, 1,
4
1?
damage. Yeah.
That's 5 then. 2, 1, 1, 1.
Okay. I'll take another wound just for you. Okay, there we go. So that's 5 wounds through.
Excellent.
Okay, so just continuing the shooting phase now. We're on to the, what's this?
Hive Crone.
The Hive Crone.
Going to be emptying all those weapons into the aggressors.
Ooh, into the aggressors.
Yes, so we'll start with the Assault D6 Dual Cannon.
Oh, that's catchy dice.
Did you get that?
Yes, 4.
4 shots. Automatically hits. Strength 6.
Toughness 5.
Okay, so 3's to wound. That will be 2 wounds at -1.
2 wounds at -1. Okay, so I get dice here, so if you can that. So 4 ups to save. 1 gets through.
1 damage.
1 damage.
Next weapon is a Stinger Salvo. 4 shots, and he'll be hitting on 4s.
Oh,
so 2 hits. I said 4 shots and roll too many dice, but
cheat.
okay. So I'll re-roll them.
Reroll them, yep.
So it's the same result.
Yep.
And strength 5, so we'll be wounded on 4s. So that's 1.
1. Minus
1.
Minus 1, so 4 up.
That's fine. And the last weapon is his Tentaclids. So it is assault 4. So that's
1 dice item.
two hits. Just checking what strength it is. Strength 5, so it'll be force to wound. That is 1.
That minus
Nothing.
There's 3 up. Yes, another save.
Excellent.
Should take him on wound.
And that is it. So
that'll
that
be
is
so.
the shooting phase.
So now we're going to go on to the charge phase. Okay, so onto the charge phase.
Yep.
We're starting off with the big boy, are we?
Yep, Swarmlord's going to charge Calgar.
Right. Oh, sorry, I missed your dice.
I think that's fine.
That's a 5. Do you want to measure that up?
Measure off camera, see it's alright.
Yeah. Yes, that was fine, that charge is in. And where are you going next?
We're going to try and see if we can get the Gene Stealers
Oh yeah, I forgot about those, the ones hiding
through the building.
Here.
We'll roll it up and then measure it, but I think it's maybe a 6. So yeah, I need it's going to do it through the building. We'll move those off camera, and we'll do
What else?
the these Gene Stealers into the bikes.
Oh.
Didn't really have to roll there, but
yeah, can't we're not focusing on those dice. So 7. Yep, that makes it in there. So we'll move them. And what else?
the Hive Crone will go into the bikes as well.
Into the bikes. And you go.
Yep. So that is the charges. We'll get the moves done. Be right back.
Yeah. Okay, and that's us back with combat now. Charges are all done.
Yep.
Where do you wish to start?
We are starting with this Warlord, of course.
Yeah, not want me jumping in there, no?
It's the primary mission, so let's start with his tail. So he's hitting on 2s. His tail hits. And his tail is strength user, which is 8. What's your toughness? I'm assuming it's going to be a 8.
Toughness 5.
Yep, so it wounds.
Wounds.
No AP.
No AP. So that'll be
Your best save, please.
3 plus on him.
Excellent. As expected.
Yes.
Now, 6 attacks. Hitting on 2s.
Oh, look
dear,
at that.
oh dear. Oh dear. And I'll be wounding on 3s. Excellent.
Glad I didn't use transhuman now.
So that 6
Is a mortal wound.
is a mortal in addition to whatever happens.
Yes. So, and they're minus lots I take it on those attacks?
3.
Minus 3, so 4 up invulnerables. Oops, 1. I will use my command point to reroll that. Nope, so 1 gets through. So what damage does that do?
Well, 3 plus 1.
So I have to do the 3 first. For feeling no pains. Oh, I've got 1 wound left. Can we roll the 6 plus to keep him alive from the mortal? No, we can't. And Calgar, you were useless. Goodbye.
Rematch over.
Okay, so goodbye Calgar. And then we've got another stratagem coming in.
Yep, so the Swarmlord's going to use Overrun, which is 1 CP. Now I'll just adjust mine, so I'm down to 8. And he is going to, instead of consolidating, because he's more than 3 inches away from other enemy units, he's going to move and advance as if it was his movement.
Oh, nice.
So advancing, okay, excellent.
6.
So I'll get him moved just now, and then we'll go into the next unit.
Okay. Okay, and we're back to continue with the combats now. Where are you going?
Are you wanting to interrupt?
No.
Anywhere? No?
No.
Okay, we'll go here then. We'll get the 5 Gene Stealers into your bikes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so they have 3
What's that, 5 attacks then, is it?
3 attacks.
3 attacks each, yeah.
Per Gene Stealer.
Oh, right, okay.
15 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Okay.
Okay. Get these away.
Toughness 5.
Okay, so it'll be 5s to wound. Okay. Okay.
6 is anything special?
Yeah, they're -4.
Yep, so that's 3 auto wounds.
Okay,
And
and then 1 at -1.
Minus 1, so 4 plus save.
Excellent.
Save.
Excellent.
So 1 bite's taking 3 wounds.
That's okay.
And Hive Crone.
We'll come back to him because I need to check the rules, but if we can go into the middle, we'll do the other 5 Gene Stealers.
Oh yes.
They're fighting through the building.
Yes.
Into your...
Assault Intercessors.
Assault Intercessors, okay.
Okay, I'll come to the dice.
Okay, so same roll, 15, hitting on 3s.
Oh dear. That one at the back's not flat. Yep.
Okay. Not as good as the other roll. And one down on 4, so the toughness 4.
4s that'll be.
Okay.
So 3 instant dead and 2 saves at 4+.
Yes.
Well, 3 wounds I should say. And failed those as well. So 5 wounds, so it'll be 2 dead and 1 with a wound. I'll take them off in a minute.
Excellent.
And your Hive Cron, so we'll just go, I'll let you look up the rules for that live.
Okay. Okay, so he has 3 attacks.
Yes.
Hitting on 4s. Okay.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Toughness 5 again.
Toughness 5, and I am strength 6, so 3s.
Oh,
Nothing.
no wounds.
And then his tail, which is a miss. So yeah, very good from the Hive Cron.
So that's all the charges. So we'll just get ready for my return attacks. And we'll just change the cap.
Okay, so Ultramarines fighting back.
Yes, let's try and do something. We'll start with Outriders attacking the Gene Stealers. So that's 2 attacks base, +1 for my for being charged, and +1 for the chain swords. So that's 13 attacks against the Gene Stealers. Hitting on 3s. Got dice. Yay. Then we'll take the misses out. And we're strength 4 against toughness 4.
Yeah.
So 4's to wound. And there's a big 3 wounds.
Okay. And he's got the 5 up and vulnerable, and I saved none, so 3 die.
3 dead. We'll
Okay.
just go straight to the Assault Intercessors returning against the other Gene Stealers.
Okay.
So we'll just do the consolidate ends just now. So
Behind the building.
yeah.
Okay.
So again, 2 attacks base, 1 for being charged and 1 for the chain swords.
Okay.
So that'll be 4 attacks per marine. I'll do the sergeant separately with the power sword because it is +1 strength.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24. So we'll do 12 twice. First 12. Nice. Hit on 3s. I'll just do the wounds for that roll as well. So the first set does 4s to wound, 5 wounds.
Okay, 5.
And then next 12. Oh dear. 2, 4, 6, 7 hits. And 4s to wound. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 saves from those. And then the sergeant with 5 attacks. Got 4 hits. And he's doing 3s to wound.
Okay.
2 more. So 11 wounds.
Okay, let me just get some dice. Okay, just a bit. Okay.
5 plus invulnerables.
5 plus
Oh,
invulnerables. Right,
They're
so
all dead. They're all dead.
they are all dead. Okay, get them removed off camera. Is that
That's
all
the
the
end of the
fighting?
combat, yes.
Excellent. Moving on to
Morale.
Morale.
I don't think.
well.
Yep.
You got any tests?
I've not got any. They only lost 2, so they can't fail.
Okay.
And you've not got any. So no. That's
Let's remove the models and then summarise what happened.
no. Yes. Okay, so look at him smiling after that turn there. So I've got no morales to take, and you've got synapse across the board.
Yeah, so the Northern Crown's given the Gene Stealers over
Yeah.
here safety.
And I've
I mean,
consolidated the Assault Marines into the building there.
Yeah, I mean,
The Assault Intercessors anyway. And I think that's us ready to go
yeah.
into Ultramarines turn 2, and it better be a good one.
Before we do,
Yeah?
secondaries, obviously I killed your Warlord first turn.
Yes, 13 points.
Engaging all fronts, I don't know if I've got that, we'll
Uh,
measure
you don't know.
it. The other secondary was grind them down. I think I killed
You killed more.
1,
Yeah,
2,
3 victory
3,
points.
yeah, so I killed more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought when my extra strength died it was going to be pretty bad, but...
But yeah, you forgot about my saving throws. Okay.
So moving on to Ultramarines.
Turn 2.
Turn 2. So, turn 2 Ultramarines. What's happening at the end of the movement phase?
Well, in the command phase I've got 1 command point back. And we're trying to salvage Calgar's failure now. So we've advanced through the buildings towards the zone tropes. We've not advanced, moved through the building towards the zone tropes here, ready for a charge. We got, firstly in the command phase, we got 10 victory points for the primary mission.
Yep.
So I held 1, I held 2, and I didn't hold more. And over the side, we've moved forward with the Blade Guard. The Chief Apothecary has resurrected one of the Blade Guard because he thought Calgar wasn't worthwhile and just left him lying back here in a pool of his own blood. And we've come on with reinforcements. The Eradicators, I've got 2 of them in range of the Exocrine if necessary for the melter range, but really we're looking at a Swarm Lord, but the danger of that is the shots could all bounce. On the opposite side of the board, we've dropped down with Inceptors, ready to spray some bolter fire into the guard. And we have withdrawn from this combat with the bikes, pulled them back to hold this objective. The aggressors moved up, hoping to maybe get a charge off, but it's a long one at -2. It's not long, but it's big enough. And the Hellblasters have also moved forward just in case they're required for a charge. Because I'm in tactical doctrine now, so they can move and shoot those weapons without modifier. And I think that's everything. We're also deploying scramblers in no man's land here. So at the end of the turn, as long as I've remembered to not do anything with those, that'll be the second scrambler down. We'll move on to the shooting phase because no psychics and no warlord.
Excellent. So, turn 2 shooting phase for the Ultramarines.
Yep. We're hoping this is going to be a good one because we need it. We're going to start off with the Eradicators and they're going to shoot at the Swarm Lord.
Okay.
And because we're shooting at one target, we get to shoot twice. And we will use the Sons of Gilliman for 1 command point, so back down to 10, for reroll 1s.
Okay.
So here we go. And of course there's a 2. So 3's to hit. We are strength 8.
So you're winding on 3s.
Toughness 7 is it?
Yeah.
So winding on 3s. Oh, is it time to spend a command point? I really need this one to die. And we'll spend a command point to reroll that too. Yes, 5 wounds. Down to 9 command points.
Okay. So he's got, I think they've got AP.
Oh yes.
So I'll go to his 4 up and vulnerable save. 5 saves, and I fail
get through.
2.
So it's going to be 2d6 plus 8 at the moment.
I think if it is, then I will use a command point to try and save one of them, which I do.
1d6 plus 4.
Okay.
7 wounds.
7 wounds, okay, and he's got a catalyst active at the moment.
The amount of saves he can make is ridiculous.
Yep, so I'm just getting the dice. So 5 up catalyst, and he shrugs.
That one's cocked. It's not flat.
Oh, he's giving me a chance here. He saves 2, so he takes 5 damage.
5 damage. Pathetic.
Not too bad. I'll get him
How
marked
many
up.
wounds is-
I'll get him marked up and we'll be right back. So, after some friendly words, the Swarm Lord's still there.
Never fails his saves on him.
Never.
Right, I'm going to have to redirect there. I'm going. Oh, sorry, I'm cheating.
He's moving him an inch.
He's going to turn his multi-melt around and shoot him in the back. And I'll put the assault bolt, the auto bolt rifles, onto your hive guard back.
Okay.
So 2 multi-melter shots, hitting on 3s.
Yes. That's what you get for the harsh words.
Yes, okay. There we go. And now moving on to the middle of the table here.
Okay.
We'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
Did
bolt.
you get his...
Oh no, I've not done his. I was too upset there to.
Yes.
So you get 6 shots onto the guard.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s, 4s because you're in cover. So 4 hits.
Yep.
Strength 4, toughness.
Shoot him toughness 5.
Oh, he's cheating again. I
You
think.
check it if I'm wrong. But
Oh, well, it's 1 wound if you're toughness 5.
Right, well...
I think you are though.
Right, how many saves is it, sorry?
1. -1 because I'm in tactical.
-1, so he goes through.
Yes.
Damage.
1.
Okay, I'll mark that up. We'll come back in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so next unit.
Next unit, I'm actually going to go to the intercessors with the stalker bolt rifles. onto your Warlord.
Excellent.
So 5 shots. I don't suffer the -1 for the heavy because I'm in tactical doctrine as Ultramarines, and I get to reroll 1s. So it's 3s, 4s actually, because you're through the dense terrain.
Sure.
4s, rerolling 1s. So there's 3 hits. Strength 4, toughness 7.
Yep.
5 to wound. Well, there we go again.
Excellent.
So no wounds.
He survives.
Yes, and we'll move to the assault intercessors in the middle.
Okay.
There's 7 of them shooting into your zone troops.
Yep.
Scan our dice. They'll be hitting on 3s. Take out the misses. Strength 4, toughness 4.
Yep.
So wounding on 4s. Oh, got dice. Oh, I've thrown it away. 2 wounds.
Yep. So 2 up, 2, 3 up, and vulnerable
Yay!
required. Failed 1. Okay. Damage.
1.
Okay, I'll get him marked up in a minute.
And on the closest to yourself, we've got the Inceptors firing onto your guard there as well.
Okay.
So that'll be 18 shots.
Okay. Just let you grab your dice.
Just grab the dice. So 18 shots.
And you come
Now
around.
there's an interesting one. Because I can see onto one figure that's not in the cover.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of the rule on that, but we're going to play your -1 to hit then.
No, let's just check and come back.
Okay.
Right, so we'll check the rules, and the dense cover doesn't apply because there is a model half out and there's a model fully out, so you can draw a line without it going over the base of the terrain.
Okay. It only says one model has to be fully out, so
Yeah.
that's how we read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Tam just
That was
jumping
Tam
in
just
there.
jumping in there.
Tam's up here.
Oh. Okay, so 3s to hit. Oh dear. I can see a lot of not 3s in there.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah, that's what I like about this game. The more shots I get, the more I miss. Okay, strength 5 and toughness 5. 4s to wound.
Yeah.
Oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 wounds.
Okay.
At -2.
Okay, so 6 up save. So you have a 4 up, not a 3 up like I might have said earlier. How many was it? 5? 5. Right, okay, just dropping dice. Okay, so 1 save, 4 go through.
Right.
Damage.
1 each.
Okay, so that kills 1 and puts 1 on 2.
1 wound left.
Okay. Right guys, so basic maths, he actually has 1 wound left before we move on to the next unit.
Can't help but cheat.
Do you know what you're going on to next?
No wonder you're playing Thousand Suns next. Yes, we're going to go over to this side of the table, and we're going to be shooting plasma at your Hive Crone. I'm not going to overcharge because I don't have access to any rerolls here. So
Okay.
it's been 9 normal shots into your Hive Crone.
Okay.
2, 4, 6, 8. And I don't suffer the -1 for moving and shooting. So hitting on 3s. Oh, I wouldn't have killed any. Strength 8 base, so 3s to wound.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh well. 3 wounds at -4.
Yep, no save.
2 damage each.
So 6 damage. I'll mark him up, and do you know what you're doing next?
Yes. I'm going to shoot the aggressors at it as well.
Okay.
And because we count as being in the terrain, there's no -1.
Yep.
So 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. So that's the gauntlets first. Hitting on 3s. Oh, that's always hit with the weak weapons.
Not bad.
And strength 4, so 5s to wound.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 7 wounds at -1.
Okay.
I've still got the Panini harnesses to go with
I think he's probably a 4 up save.
flagstone launchers.
Let me check that, because if it is a 4 up save, he's taken 4 damage. So just give me 1 second.
-1, so it'd be 5s anyway. So it'd be
That's true, so
it's dead anyway.
Yeah, so let me just check that. Yep, it is a 4 up save, so the Hive Crone is dead. Just check if he explodes. He does not. So I'll get him removed and we'll mark up the other models and we'll be right back. Okay, so
Yes.
do you know where you're going next?
So all I've got left at the moment, I'm going to just double check my range over here at the captain. And we're going to throw a crack grenade at your Warlord.
Okay.
So that will be hitting on a 3 at the -1, rerolling ones. Okay, so started off well. There we go, 1 hit with a crit. Right. Strength 6, toughness 7, so
Yep.
5 up to wound. Ooh!
Very good. Minus?
That's -1.
Okay, just checking. He saves
Oh
it anyway.
yes, there we go again. Okay.
He does have a 3 up armor, not
And
that you
over
ever use
here,
it.
I could shoot the bikes at the Gene Stealers, withdrawn from combat, because it's -1 anyway. But I'm going to risk not shooting them and hold off for a charge.
Okay.
And that's my shooting phase finished.
Alright.
And I shall be back straight with the charge phase.
Right, back in the charge phase for the Ultramarines. So, Ultramarines charge phase, turn 2.
Yeah, hoping for a good one here after the shooting phase. So, I'm going to start over this side because I'm more interested in these ones going off. So we've got the aggressors trying to charge the 2 Gene Stealers. It's 5 inches, but -2, that's actually 4 inches, -2 for the terrain. 6 inch charge. Oh, we'll take that one in. So I'll just move those in.
Yep.
And I'm also going to try and bring the Hell Blasters up and in as well. They need a 7. There's a 9.
Excellent.
So if I just move over to the middle of the table,
Yep.
the Assault Intercessors going in against the Zoanthropes and the Neurothrope.
Yep.
4.
Yep. Do that off camera if you want.
Do that off camera, we'll move that. Here, Blade Guard are going to charge Swarlord.
Yep, I'm sure they'll be in.
Oh,
Yes.
11. So we'll just
Yeah.
move those in. We're going to try to come in with the Captain as well. Needs a bigger roll. That's a fail, so we're going to use a command point there. Taking us down to 8. 6. Still a fail. Just let me double check that.
Okay. He really wants him to be
Oh
in.
yeah. Well, did I roll 6?
You rolled 6.
6. So 4 gets me to there, which is within the ½ inch. So it's -2 for the terrain. It does make it in.
Fair enough.
And
Any other charges?
the buggy is going to charge your exocrine
Okay.
on a 4.
On a 4, he makes it because it's only the 2.
He'll just,
That's
he's
that.
going to do a skid in and hit you with the side of the buggy.
Okay.
And we'll just move all those in and be back with you in the fight phase.
Excellent. Okay. Right, so turn 2, Ultramarines fight phase. Who's going first?
Starting off with the Blade Guard Veterans against the Swarlord. Prepare for another attack to bounce off harmless.
Yes.
So, 4 attacks each, 5 for the Sergeant, and hit on 3s, rerolling 1s for the Captain. I'm spending a command point for Gene Rock Knight, so down to 7, so that any 6s to hit are auto wounding.
Okay.
And we don't roll a single 6.
Excellent, like that.
And there's 3 1s, so we make it a 6 yet. No, we've got 2 more 1s, but we've got a 6. So that's an automatic wound.
Okay.
We'll take out the 2. And strength 5, so 5's to wound.
Yep.
And 3 more, so 4 wounds at -3.
But it doesn't matter.
No!
He's got a 3 up and vulnerable in combat.
That's a cocked dice, that's 6.
It is a cocked. It is a cocked dice.
Oh!
That's a fail.
You keep
So
both of
it
those?
depends. What's the damage?
That'd be 4 wounds.
Right, I'll spend the CP to reroll 1. And it's another cocked dice. It's another cocked dice.
Try and roll.
Try and roll it flat, yes.
Yeah, still got
It's a fail.
So 4 damage.
Okay.
So you're down to 3.
Okay, we'll mark that up and move on to the next unit.
Are you jumping in?
Let me think. So, yes, Adam just pointed out I didn't use my Catalyst 5-up save, so let's just see how many I take back. So I save 2, he takes 2 damage, so just adjust that. He's got 5 wounds remaining. Okay, so I've decided to jump in with the Swarlord before he potentially dies to the Captain. So he's been bracketed, he's now only got 5 attacks, he's now strength 7.
I'm not using transhuman, and if you roll a lot of 3s, I will be sick.
Okay, we'll start with his normal bone sabers. So he's hitting on 2s, that's all hits. And what's your toughness just now?
Toughness 4.
So it's still 3s to wound. Okay.
Oh, that was good.
So there's 3 wounds and 1 mortal in addition.
Dropping dice. Oh, drop all my dice. So 4+ invulnerable saves.
Yep. Failed 2. Plus the mortal.
That would kill him. So
yeah.
Again, just an average, please, would be. Oh,
yeah. He still had his tail to go as well, so.
And he is out of range for the Narthecium by an inch, so he's dead.
Yes. Excellent. So next.
4 attacks with the ATV, 5 for charging against the Exocrine. Needing 3s to hit.
Nice.
Strength 4, toughness 8 though, so 6s to wound.
6s to wound.
No wounds.
Excellent.
My dice rolling is not average.
You know what you're doing next, or shall we come back?
Yes, I know what I'm doing next. I'm going straight into the Assault Intercessors in the middle here.
Okay.
So 4 attacks each, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 13, I'll just get some more dice. And hitting on 3s. And we'll do the Sergeant after. Oh, 1 got dice, and a lot of 1s and 2s in there again. Oh, another one just to add insult to injury.
And just before you're doing that, I think Adam intended.
Yes, I did say I was piling around to get your Neurothrope.
Yeah. Well, still being incoherency, obviously. I'll let Adam
Well,
do it. It's his model, so I'll let Adam do it.
Yeah, they were meant to be like that.
He's not piled in yet.
Yeah, there we go.
Go and get that, I'll fix him for you.
Oh, I can't see him. Yep, they've all got to stay, yeah, so he's within 2 of 2. Yep. Okay, so 4s to wound.
It's not the best roll I've ever seen.
It's actually average, that's good for me. 5 wounds.
Okay.
And then we'll go with the Sergeant as well before you make your saves.
Okay.
So 3s to hit. Oh, he's doing better. He has strength 5.
He's hitting the Neurothrope.
No, they're all. Nobody's hitting the Neurothrope.
Okay.
I just wanted to tag your Neurothrope.
Fair enough.
And that's 3 more wounds.
Okay. Well, let me just do 5 and then I'll do 3. Okay, so.
That one's cocked, I'll give you that a reroll.
Okay. So
Yep.
2 failed.
2 and 3 more.
And okay, so 3 failed in total.
Yep.
Damage.
Just 1 each.
Okay, that kills 1 and 1 down to 2, so we'll just do that off camera and then move to the next unit. So what's next?
The aggressors are going to try and beat up on the 2 Genestealers because we need a victory somewhere on this table.
I feel like we're moving them now, but let's just roll.
4 pluses.
Oh, the way you're rolling, I might be okay.
Don't. Strength 8. 2s to wound.
2s to wound.
How many 1s can we roll?
Excellent.
Got 1. Yeah. So you've got 6 saves there on your invulnerables.
Okay, I'm just going to roll 3 or 4, whatever I've got in hand.
They're dead.
They're dead, yes, they're dead.
Okay, we're back in the fight phase again, and we're just going to come back and attack the ATV here.
So the Exocrine has 3 attacks, and he's hitting on 4s, so he's getting 2 hits. And he is
Toughness 5.
strength 7, so it's 3s to wound, that's 2.
Minus
Then at -1.
1 sword, so 4 up saves. Oh,
Okay, and it takes 2 damage.
2 damage, so it's got 4 left.
Okay.
I'll mark that up in a minute. Okay, so back in with the fight phase. Neurothropes and Zoanthrope to go.
Yeah, so they're all got the same stats, so 5 attacks into these Marines.
Right.
They're hitting on 4s,
2 hits.
and strength 4, so they're wounded on.
4s.
Okay, 1 wound,
1 wound.
no AP.
3 plus save or 1 damage.
Okay.
Yay!
Fair enough.
Okay. And that is the end of the fight phase. I don't think there's been any damage. There's the end of this turn. There's no more else to take. And everything's done, yes. So we'll move on to turn 3. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, and we're back with the Tyranids after turn 2 movement. So what happened, Paul?
Well, first, what was your points in the last turn?
Oh yes, I forgot to say that. I got 2 points for Bring It Down for the Hive Crone.
Yep.
and I got engaged on all fronts. I had all table quarters, so it was 3 points, and I deployed my no man's land scrambler. So I've got 1 scrambler left to deploy. I'm cutting off half your head there, sorry.
Okay, excellent. Okay, okay. So movement wise,
yes. What happened?
I got a command point back in the command phase.
Okay.
Movement wise, nothing moved. Everything's in combat, so he's in combat. Swarm Lord's in combat. The Newer Flopan, the Zone Throats are in combat. And the only thing that really happened was that the Trigon Prime and the 14 Gene Stealers have popped up. So they have a 9-inch charge here, a 9-inch charge here, and if that fails, they're going to be on the objective. So,
So you think?
We'll see. Well, they've got a chance of being on the objective. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
So yeah.
So we'll be right back with the psychic phase.
Yep.
Okay, we're back with the hive mind. So what psychic powers are we casting this time?
Okay, so Swarm Lord is obviously going to cast Catalyst on himself,
Oh, great.
which is a fail.
Oh,
So I'll need to use the CP
so back down to 5.
back to 5. It's now a pass.
Yes.
So he got his 5 up.
He's
Feel no
even
pain.
more unkillable.
Staying with the Swarm Lord.
Alright, yes.
He's going to do his smite, which
That's
both cocked.
Both cocked. Oh, what's...
Checking how I managed that.
Oh,
It's a 10.
it's a 10.
So that's a D3
Yes.
onto your, what are they called?
Blade guard
What are
vet.
they called? Vetted.
Oh, chasing that dice across the table.
1.
Where did it stop? 1. Okay, so I'll mark that up in a minute. 1 mortal wound.
We'll do the Zone Throats next,
Yes.
and they will be casting smite.
Oh, I've missed your dice there again, but yes,
They get
casting
to-
a 6.
They get to re-roll once, but
Alright.
that doesn't
Another
matter.
1. Try and keep them together.
So there's only 4 now, so I think it's still D3 plus D3. So that will be 4 mortal wounds.
Okay, I'll take those off in a minute.
Okay. And then the Neurothrope will cast smite,
Yes.
which is a pass for D3, and that is 3.
So there'll be 4 of them dead in total, because 1 was carrying a wound.
Does that final 3 kill a model?
Yes.
Then this one here will be healed.
Okay, then I'll take my casualties off and we'll be back in the charge phase, is it?
Back in the shooting phase, because there's stuff in combat and there's...
No, you're not allowed to shoot.
Yeah, I'm allowed to shoot.
Alright, okay. Okay, and that's us back, and we're going to go into the shooting phase, and Paul's doing a wiggle dance.
Yes.
And where? You're going to start with your exocrine, you
I'm
say?
going to start here, because he's in combat. Let's just see if we can resolve it. So, he's heavy 6, but he's in combat, so he's -1, but he's stayed still, so he's +1.
Okay.
He's Kronos, and he's re-rolling 1s. So he's hitting 4s,
Bring the dice over.
and re-rolling 1s. Pretty good.
Well above average again, not saying anything, but
What is the toughness of that go-kart?
go-kart is 5.
Okay, so 3s. Okay, 3.
3 at minus
-3.
3. Okay, I'm just going to walk over here and get some dice to lift them live again. So 3 6 up save. And what are these doing each?
They're all doing 2 damage.
Oh dear, right. So that would be him dead.
Excellent.
And I'm not going to try and save him.
Okay.
Does he blow up?
fair
Yes!
enough.
Bang! Take your mortal wound like a man.
You want to roll for it?
It's just 1, I believe.
It's just 1?
I'll double check that when we stop, but I'm pretty sure it's just 1 he does. There's only a 6 wound vehicle.
Okay.
So, you know where you're going next?
Yeah, staying with him.
Staying with him?
Yep, shooting those guys.
Oh, terrible. Okay.
This time I'm hitting on 3s, because I'm no longer in combat. So, all but 1.
3's to win.
Okay, 3 again.
3 again.
-3.
So 6s. None.
2 damage each.
So 1 dead, 1 got 2 wounds. Oops, sorry, I'm just battering through. Okay. So do you know where you're up to next?
I don't. Let me have a little think.
Okay. Okay, and continuing with the shooting phase, and we're going for the Trigon Prime.
Yep, so he's popped up. He's going to fire 12 shots with his, what are they called? Bioelectric pulse with containment spines.
Okay.
Nice short name there. Assault 12, strength 5. He's hitting on 5s.
Who are you rolling the dice about?
Rolling here.
Okay, well, that's
You ready?
battered the thing.
It's not terrible. And I'll be wounding on 4s, I think.
Toughness 5, so.
Yep, 1 wound, no AP.
No AP, so 3 plus save. Yay!
Makes it. Shock. Okay.
Yes.
We'll move on to the Hive Guard, but let me have a little think. Or I'm going to shoot.
Okay. Okay, continuing with the shooting now. What are you doing with these boys?
The Hive Guard are going to shoot all their shots into those 2 Marines on the left.
Eradicators.
Eradicators, because they're pretty nasty. So all their shots, hitting on 3s and rerolling 1s because they didn't move. This as well, that's the most 1s I've ever seen. There we go.
Well, see, you managed to convert it.
There we go. And what toughness are you guys?
Strength 8, toughness 5, so 3s.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I had transhuman now.
That's 3, that's 7 saves,
5 plus.
minus 2.
I'll make it first 3, I've only got 3 dice in my hand. There's 2 get through, so first one kills 1, and what's your second one do? There we go, kills that one, that's that solved.
That was nice and quick.
Yes, so where are we going now?
I'm going to spend 2 CP
Alright,
to fire them again.
yes,
So I'm down to 3 CP.
okay,
So single-minded annihilation, shooting these guys with the Hive Guard.
okay. I'll spend transhuman now,
Okay.
down to 4 command points.
And that means I'm only wounded on 4s?
4s.
Okay, so hit on 3s, re-rolling any 1s. There's a 1. So 1, 2, 3 misses that time. And 4. Sorry. That'll be 6. Minus.
I can count, I can count. Okay,
Minus 2.
Okay, minus 2, so 5 up saves. I can see where this game's going. Okay, 4 get through.
Okay.
1 at a time.
1 at a time. How many wounds have I got?
3. First one, 1 wound.
Yep. Kills that one.
Kills, that's first one dead. 1 wound. I can't see that. 2 dead. 1 left.
There you go.
Okay, back with you now. So that's another terrible shooting phase against the Ultramarines, and we're now moving on to the charge phase.
Yep.
So,
Just having a little think.
I think.
Yes, I'm thinking. I don't have many to do.
Nope. You're all covered, you don't want to fight.
Yep, so
Alright, where are we going?
I think we'll try the Gene Stealers into these guys.
Okay.
Because if they fail, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
So fail.
That's a fail.
Shall I re-roll it? I think I will.
3 points left.
Yeah, re-roll's just a 1. So.
Yeah. No, I can't chase the dice. No.
Nope.
So down to 2.
Down to the fail. Okay, I'll try the Trigon Prime into the aggressors.
How many wounds does a Trigon Prime have?
I think it's 12. I wanted to check very quickly.
I'm thinking about it.
That's 12.
12.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to Overwatch, but we're going to use the Ultramarines. And we'll use defensive focus so that these Help Blasters can join in the Overwatch. I'll not be overcharging because I'm more likely to do more damage to myself.
Well, you could always overcharge.
I could, but the amount of ones I've been rolling. So I'll go with the Help Blasters first.
Yep.
Hitting on 6s.
1, 2.
2. Strength 8.
Toughness 7.
3s to wound. Oh, just must have.
Okay.
2 at minus 4.
Okay, can't save that.
So it's 4 damage.
Okay.
And the hell, and that one to the aggressors. 6, 4 more dice. And if you prepare, I've got to get them all in my hand.
Yep. Just about.
Oh, there we go. Right, so 6s to hit. That's a big billet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. And strength 4, toughness
7.
7, so 5s. 2 more at minus 1.
Okay. So that will be a 4 up save. And make it available.
And 3d6 from the Fragstorm launchers. 14.
Nice.
Right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Need to give Marines less dice when you're filming, it's easier. Okay, so 6s. Let's see if I can catch you. Oh,
2, 4.
that's better than my shooting phase.
6. That is better than your shooting phase.
I'm just going to stop shooting. I'm going to play Tau.
Just Overwatch.
So 5s again. 3 at -1.
Right, okay, so 4s.
I just knocked my figure over. Nope,
none.
Missed your dice. Oh,
Damage.
so that's another 1 damage each, so 3 more damage.
So it's taking 9 damage.
Taking 9 damage on Overwatch. Take that.
Excellent.
Please make it so I can now smash you with big power fist.
Well, let's see if he makes it, shall we? He does not. Even wherever you
Even
go.
where we go, that's not going to help.
Oh well.
Okay, so that was a good Overwatch. That was better than my shooting
I
phase.
suspected that would happen.
I'm down to 2 command points, by the way.
So, we'll come back to the fight phase.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, that's us into the fight phase now, and because the Tyranids failed all their charges, it's the Ultramarines to go first. So we're going to pick the Blade Guard veterans to attack the unkillable Warlord.
Yep.
And we will use Gene Rot Might again for 1 command point, so I'm down to 1. So any 6s are automatically wounding. I'll just roll my dice here. So it's 4, 8. I'm just thinking. Let me double check my attacks. I thought I had it right in my head. Yep. 3 attacks each. So 3, 6, 10 attacks. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We'll roll them right here. Using 3s. What's that dice that's run away? That's a cocked one there. That's a 5.
That's a 5.
That's a 6. So 2 misses, but 2 automatic wounds. And strength 5, toughness 7.
Yep.
5 to wound. Oh, that's cocked. Wish it wasn't, but that's 3 more. So 5 wounds. And 2 damage each if they get through.
Failed 2.
2.
What's the damage you said? 2 each?
each.
I use my CP. Yes. So 5 up and feel no pain.
Don't need there.
Nope, takes 2.
Yay.
So he is down to 3, and I'm
Feels
down.
so worthy.
I'm down to 1 CP.
Okay, down to 1 CP. That's so mad. I'm doing nothing.
Well, that's your. Well, yeah. I think we'll just stay there. But
Okay, I'm just going to stay on that one.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's watch how the real fighter does it.
So let me just check. What's his wounds now?
3. I think he gets 1 attack, hit on 6s.
Down to 4.
Oh.
That's his tail. So we'll do his tail first. His tail hits. His tail does not wound. His main attacks. All but 1.
Still hits on 2s.
Yeah.
Oh.
All just 1.
Just 1 wound. 4 plus invulnerable save. Yay!
Very
Why
good.
could the characters not do that?
Very good.
Okay. Future chapter masters then. There we go.
So you're next, I think.
So to pick next,
Yeah.
there's only 1 other combat.
Yep.
So I've got 3 surviving intercessors here.
Yep.
So 3, 6 base attacks. Hit on 3s. Oh, they're everywhere. And that's
3, 4.
4 hits. Sorry for the camera work, had to change hand. 4's to wound. 2 wounds. And then the sergeant. 2 hits, 3's to wound. 1 more.
How many wounds was that, sorry?
So that's 3 wounds.
One
1 more wound.
Just 1 damage, is it?
Welcome to the tickle fight.
Yes.
Yep, so you get to headbutt me back.
So, just pile on a wee bit.
They should call that. Their attack should be headbutt.
Yeah, I'll just do it quickly because they're not going to do anything, are they? Let's face it. So I think it was hitting on 4s.
Yep, wound on 4s.
1 save.
Save. You know what's coming here.
It's a 6.
Yay!
Very good.
And that is the end of the fight phase.
Includes it.
The only place I think, yes, I've got 1 morale to take, and that's for these boys that lost 4 figures.
Excellent.
So I need to roll a dice. And I'm Ultramarines, so I'm +1. So that's a 9, that passes with the sergeant.
Excellent.
We know no fear, but we know no ability to roll anything other than 1s either.
Okay, and just summarising scoring.
Scoring?
I didn't get engaged on fronts.
Nope.
How many things did I kill? I don't actually know.
You killed the buggy
The buggy, yep.
and the eradicators.
2, yep.
That's where all your shooting went there.
Yep.
And that was it.
I take it he doesn't take a morale.
Lost 2, can't fail, no.
Can't fail.
Can't fail.
So killed 2, you killed
No idea. Did I kill any?
unit of Gene Stealers.
2 units of Gene Stealers. No, one.
Just the one.
Just the one. When did I kill that unit that was there? Your phase. That was the first turn. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
yep,
Thanks,
that's it. So you get grind them down as well.
Yep. Cool.
Okay, we'll be back with Ultramarines turn 3 in a minute.
So on to turn 3 for the Ultramarines.
Yes, got a command point back in my command phase, and that was all because my command structure's gone. Chief Apothecary must be commanding the army at the moment.
I don't have them.
They seem to get gobbled up by some unkillable monster.
Yeah.
At the moment we've advanced the Apothecary forward, just to make sure we're in this table quarter, just in case something happens to the Inceptor that's moved along towards the guard. Everything else on this side stayed still, and over here everybody moved forward towards this newly emerged group of Gene Stealers, and the bikes just had a little reshuffle just so they could get a clear line of sight to the Gene Stealers without the terrain being in the way, so we can bring more firepower. And we've stayed in combat just to try and shut down the zone troops a bit more. Neurothrope's free again, but I couldn't do anything about that. So with no psychic phase, it's time to move on. Well, sorry, at the end of movement phase, I'm going to deploy scramblers with this. I was going to try and tie these up, but it's my last scrambler. Oh, I can't do it within 6 of the enemy. Sorry, just 2 6. I'm back there.
Yep.
Yep, cheap. So
Okay.
he didn't move. He's just going to deploy scramblers.
Yep. Connection.
Yeah, and that's that done. We are now going to move on to the shooting phase.
Okay, and you got a command point back, obviously.
I've already said that, yes.
And at the start of your turn, you got how many
I
points?
got 15 points for controlling 1, 2 and more.
Yes. So Ultramarines are currently quite far in the lead. So we'll see how this turn goes. It could be over after this turn, to be honest. So we'll see how it goes. So on to the shooting phase for the Ultramarines.
We're still in tactical doctrine. So this squad of intercessors with the stalker bolters are going to shoot into your exocrine.
Yes.
Not expecting very much, but let's try it. Medium 3s to hit, that'll be 6s to win. So we've got 4 hits. Let's see if we can get some nice wounds in there. Nope, nothing at all.
Excellent.
So now we'll move on to the other side of the table. And we're going to start with the aggressors, shooting into the Gene Stealers.
Of course.
So we'll start with the frag launchers first, because it's got the blast keyword. You're over 10, so that's automatic 18 hits.
Nice.
18 hits, even. I wish 18 shots.
Alright, okay.
6. So we'll do those first, and they'll be hit. I'll roll them here, and they'll be hitting on 3s, no rerolls.
Quite good.
Those out. Strength 4, toughness 4.
Yep.
Force to wound. Oh. 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds. -1, but you've got your invulnerable anyway.
I do. I think I've got 8 in my hand. Let's see. 5 up and vulnerable save. Okay, so I made 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 out of 9, yeah.
Is there 9 dice there? I don't think there is.
9.
Yeah, there is. That's right.
Yep.
Okay, so 4 save, 5 die.
And the Boltstorm gauntlets will be the same dice again.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s. So we'll take out the rubbish. And force to wound again. Aggressors doing what they do, rolling lots of dice and not doing very much.
Yeah.
2, 4, 6 wounds.
Okay. 5
Oh,
bucks.
come on.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So 7 in total die.
Yes.
Is that the shooting done there?
No, moving on to the auto bolt rifles, shooting
Right.
into the Gene Stealers as well.
Is that a different unit?
Yes, so I'll let you take your casualties first and we'll see where we are.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now the next squad of intercessors with the auto bolt rifles. be 15 shots into the Genestealers there.
Okay.
You can still see some outside the cover.
Yes.
So still hitting on 3s. And we'll take out that rubbish. And strength 4. So 4's to wound again.
Yeah.
That's better. 2, 4, 6, 7 wounds.
Okay. Okay, here it is 5, not so good, 6, and 7.
Still a good amount.
So 4 die.
4.
Okay, so what's next?
Okay, and now the Outriders are going to shoot the Genestealers.
Yeah, it doesn't like the Genestealers.
No. And we always get, the bikes always get to rapid fire with Bolt of Discipline. So, for 12 shots. Hit on 4s because you're in cover now. Dense cover. So, that's a good roll.
That's a good roll.
And 4s to wound.
Okay.
Only 2.
Okay, so they might live.
They will live.
Yeah, one will die.
2 left.
Excellent. Okay, do you know what you're doing next?
Yes, the Hellblasters are now going to shoot. And we're going to split fire and overcharge. And I'll play Sons of Gilliman on them for 1 command point, so I'm down to 1 again.
Okay.
And 6 will shoot Trigon Prime.
Yes.
And 3 into the Genestealers.
The small Genestealers.
So Genestealers first.
They'll
They're
be-
-1.
There will be -1.
So forced to hit, rerolling 1s. 1 hit. Great. 2 to wound, strength 9. Yes, 1 wound.
That's dead.
Yes, 1 left.
One Genestealer's gone. Okay.
And 6 shots into the Trigon Prime. 3s, rerolling 1s. All hit. Strength 9, so 3s to wound. 4 wounds at -4.
Yep, can't save that.
So 12 damage.
So he is dead.
So he is gone. Does he blow up?
Well, he does not. But once again, deep striking units with Tyranids does not work. Okay. Okay, so who's shooting next?
Yeah, we're just going to finish up with the pistols in combat in 2 units. So the Blade Guard veterans first into the Warlord. Hit on 3s.
Warlord.
All hit.
Yes, of course.
Strength 4, 5s to wound. 3 of them. None of them. Yeah, we'll take them.
Brilliant.
And 3 pistols into your zone throats as well. For 2 hits with 4s to wound. 1 wound, which bounces off the shield of Invis.
It's a 3-up and roll.
Yes, so that's it. That's all my shooting done.
It was pretty good.
I'm quite happy with that, yeah.
Yeah, pretty devastating.
So there's 1 charge going to try. We'll go straight into that.
Straight into the charge phase, okay.
It's going to be the aggressor trying to charge. It's going. I don't know what it is, but let's roll the dice and see if it matters. No, I don't think that makes it somehow. So that rounds off the turn, and we'll be back with the points in a minute.
Back with the fight phase.
Oh yeah.
Fight phase.
I'm not 1 points anymore.
I think you've won, so
Yeah.
Let's just-
You're beaten, so.
yeah, let's just finish this turn, see what happens.
Okay.
So, fight phase for the Ultramarines, but the Tyranids get to go first since there was no charges in that turn. And obviously the Warlord is going to go first. So he's going to use his tail first, which hits on a 2. And does wound on a 5.
That's cocked.
Oh, so it's cocked, oh god. So it's still a wound, I think, 3.
Minus.
No, it's not got any minus.
So 2 plus save. Yay!
Very good. Didn't expect the tail to do anything. And then his other attacks, which he only has 4 left. 1 misses. Sorry about that, I had to change the battery there. It's right after the hit roll. So we got 3 hits through. And we're wounding on 3s. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's 3 at -3 and 2 mortals.
So 4 up invulnerables.
I like that. That's 2 failed.
2 failed. Do we use the last command point? Yes, we do. No command points left. It finally worked.
Okay.
So 1 gets through.
3 damage.
How much damage does that do?
3 damage.
Flat 3.
Yeah.
So my apothecary is now in range. So we get 6 plus feel no pains.
Yep.
So we're only taking 2 damage, and we've got 2 mortal wounds now to go in.
Yep.
So we take 1.
Yep. I killed 1 after all that.
So all that, you kill 1. Now you know how it feels.
Excellent.
He'll be back, unless you kill him.
So, on to Adam's Ultramarines. Presumably he's going to kill...
None.
There's only
So I'm going to try and hurt them. I've not managed to really do much to them at all. tie them up. So 2 basic Marines, 3 attacks each. Hitting on 3s, so 2 misses. Wounding on 4s, 2 wounds.
Okay.
Sergeant.
I'll let you go. I'll let you go.
1 hit, well done. He's got a bit tired now. 3 to wound. Oh, he's very tired now.
He's not interested at all.
No.
So 2 saves, was it?
Yeah.
Take 1.
Take another wound.
Okay, let's mark that up. Okay, staying with the zone throats, we've got 4 attacks going into the Marines here. And they are hitting on 4s, so there's 3 hits. And they'll be wounding on 4s. Well, 6s will do it.
Yeah, so 3s to save, both saved.
Yep. No
You can go straight into the blade guard then if you wish.
Yes, let's do it.
So 7 attacks.
On the Swarm Lord.
3s to hit on the Swarm Lord. Oh dear, they're getting a bit tired as well. And 5s to wound at strength 5. 2 wounds though, onto your invulnerable.
It's a 3 up, it's a 5,
one
and
gets
a
through.
2. Have I used my reroll yet?
I don't think you have.
Let's do it then.
It's your last command point away. Oh, all saved.
Yes. So, summarising your turn, Adam.
Yes. Well, I've got the morale phase, but I've got nobody that's taken enough damage to fail. You're in synapse with your Gene Stealer, so you're fine. And at that, I've deployed my last Scrambler at the end of turn. I have engaged all 4 fronts again.
Yep.
And I don't think I've still not brought anything big down, so that would be it. That's what I'd be scoring.
Yep, and I think we'll have a little chat and we'll see if I can turn this game around and we'll be right back.
Yeah, the biggest problem you're going to have is the start of your turn, you don't control any objectives.
Yeah, that's been the problem the entire game.
So we'll have a talk.
Let's have a chat. We've had a little chat, even though I still do have quite a reasonable amount of models left. Adam is, the Ultramarines are so far ahead on primary.
Well, in total it's 47 points to 19 at the moment.
Yeah, so it's a massive gulf. I could do stuff to get him off the primary and I could get him to the primary, but Adam will be scoring 10 points next turn regardless. I just don't think I can catch up, and he'll obviously be killing stuff next turn. So I think we're going to call it here that the Ultramarines win. Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you can take primaries. You're going to stop me getting 15 points next turn if everything works well.
Yep.
But then I'll still be able to retaliate enough to stop you scoring any primary the turn after.
Exactly.
So it's still a 10 point swing again.
Yeah.
Grind it down, you'll get every turn, you'll max that probably. But there's just no way of making up the points.
Yep. It was a good game. I think the Tyranids can kill well, but this particular list just isn't very good at controlling the board, which is what you need in this edition, unfortunately. So we'll just cut there and we'll come back to you with a summary of the game. Well, that was fun.
Certainly changed from what I thought it would in the first turn.
Yes. I thought Calgar going down was going to be a good game for the Tyranids, but...
See, the Ultramarines don't rely on their chain of command that way.
Okay.
Yes, very interesting game. I still think the Tyranids are struggling.
Yeah, they are.
At the moment. Especially with the units that are really good, your shooting units aren't good at playing the mission.
Yeah, and they have to stay still to be good.
Yes.
Which is not ninth.
And your units like your guard, but the hive guard,
The Hive Guard, yeah.
They're like out of line of sight, because they're easily killed if you can get a line of sight on them. Typically are often objective when they're doing this, so it's a lot of points. So good at denying objectives by blowing people off them, but not helping you score your objectives at the same time. Because you grind them down, kill more of me than I kill of you, you're getting that every turn.
Yeah.
Your killing power was solid, but you weren't scoring primary.
I mean, I could have moved them all, but then I would have been missing a lot more. They would have been in line of sight for you.
Yep.
They would have died.
Maybe not with my dice, but
Yeah, well, normally they would die.
normally they would die.
Yeah, and I think the Ultramarines are good. They are good.
I would argue they're very good. I know people
Yes.
think they're stronger lists than that at the moment, especially now that if you roll first, you go first.
Yeah.
If you win the roll, you go first. The Ultramarines' ability to redeploy 3 units
Yes.
means you can be a bit more risky with your initial deployment. and then, depending on what happens, move.
Yeah.
I think that's very powerful. And as I say, heavy plasma, the
Yes.
plasma incinerators on the Hellblasters, very good on turns 2 and 3 when you can move and no modifier. Kinda relevant in this table because there's a lot of -1 anyway. I think they're very good. Strength 9, flat 3 damage. I think they're very good.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more threat in the army that they're not a primary target for you either. Because what we're not going to shoot eradicators, Inceptors go down,
Yeah.
the bikes are bothering you turn 1.
Everything.
Yeah. it's target saturation almost.
Yeah, I mean, moving and shooting wins the game.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I was playing White Scars before the Ultramarines when 9th came out, and the White Scars were phenomenal.
Broken.
I mean, turn 1 they're in your deployment zone.
Yeah. You think?
Taking your objectives off. They're just winning the game
Yeah.
so quickly that it's not that they're doing it, but they were shutting you over there. So, and the Ultramarines are doing it halfway.
Yeah.
They're sort of taking the mid board.
Yeah.
And forcing you back. And then, well, it's not even like you can engage us and say you can't shoot because we'll fall back and shoot at -1.
Yeah.
I think they're very strong in a game that's all about manoeuvrability.
Yeah.
So
I think this particular list for the Tyranids wasn't a competitive list. There was the Tyranid Prime and the Hive Crone would never be in a
Trigon
competitive
Prime.
list. Yeah, Trigon Prime would never be in a competitive list. The Swarmlord, yes. Gene Stealers, I'm not sure. I spent all those. Well, we definitely wouldn't start them off the table.
no, because your 2 units you started on the table made combat.
Yeah,
Turn 1.
I was paid
The
for
next-
14.
the expensive unit.
14 with toxin sacks did nothing. They just died.
In all fairness, the unit that came on did give the aggressor something to use their ammunition on.
Yeah, they did.
So can't say they were useless.
No, they were useless. They should have started on the table.
In fact, you lost all but 3 of your runes on Overwatch.
That was-
Trigon Prime was.
Never charged that unit.
And well, that was with Hellblaster supporting them as well.
Yeah, never did that.
That's quite tasty.
No.
I just it's the problem with current codex against old codex. The Marines, you can play a very bad game and still do very well. I didn't roll particularly well at any point, or
No, you did not.
I rolled really poorly.
No, yes.
I mean, was it making 50% saves on invulnerables? Or I still think that was a big mistake. You're focusing so much on the turn 1. It got you 13 points for killing my Warlord,
Yeah, I mean,
but for 2 turns I got to control primary.
yeah, because you got first turn, I'd set up at the back defensively, and you had moved forward and taken pretty much the entire middle board.
Yeah.
Had to choose a side to go on. I didn't actually have much on the board. Really?
No.
Because I mean, the hive guard are so expensive. The big blob of Gene Stealers because the toxin sacks are so expensive. The Zoanthropes are really expensive now, 50 points each after the FAQ.
Is it worth having 2 extra crowns? Because you can usually
Yeah.
safeguard one of them.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very hard to find positions for 2.
Yeah, it's maybe 1 extra crown.
Yeah.
And you would never have a hive crone, and you would never have tried
The Hive Crone has. I'd say the only thing I would have done with the Hive Crone differently was I would have charged the Hellblasters. I could still pull back and shoot, but it's -1.
Yeah.
It may have been the difference between.
Maybe. Maybe. I think he would have died regardless.
I just don't think in combat it was going to do much against the bikes.
Yeah, it's just. It's not a great unit.
I think it's. Again, you build the list not. We don't know what each other's bringing when we're building our lists. It's especially good. Not against Ultramarines at all, really, who can withdraw and shoot. But if you can tie up tanks, tag them so they have to shoot that.
Just make them shoot that instead of shooting something else, basically.
Kind of the player took with your zone throws. So give them assault intercessors
Stuck in combat.
to eat up for the if you withdraw you can't cast. So they're. When's the last time I've annihilated them easily?
I don't think
I
I've
don't
ever seen them
remember.
die.
I just seem to tie them up all the time and let them.
Yeah, I mean they're really resilient. One of the few units that Tyranids have that are resilient. That and the Swarmlord, I think. Neuthrop. That's it, really. In my opinion.
Swarmlord should have died from.
Yeah, but I mean, to make them last, you've got to give them catalyst and you've got to make your saves. You've got to use your command rerolls.
Like making 5 out of, what was it, 6 saves you had to make?
Yeah.
Four pluses?
No.
That's just not normal.
I mean, a hive tyrant would have also, bounced them, but yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. It's our very first battle report to go online, so sorry for any dodgy camera work, or
Yes.
we kept checking the rules more than we normally would.
Yeah.
You know them, but it's having the confidence to say that's definitely right when you're waiting on the constructive feedback that will come from the online community.
Yes.
Feel free to put any suggestions how we can improve in the comments, because as I say, we're very new, very nervous.
Yeah. We were, yeah.
And we're hopefully going to improve it quite a lot.
Alright.
Next time there'll be at least one different army hitting the table.
At least. Maybe 1,000 Suns.
You think you bring the 1,000
I
Suns
think the 1,000 Suns will be ready.
against the Sons of Titan?
Yes.
Psychic Showdown maybe.
Maybe.
That'd be tasty. 2 weak armies fight each other.
Yeah. So it'll be even. Be a good battle.
Marines that aren't Marines. Okay. Well, as I say, please subscribe, leave a like, and any constructive comments on how we can make this better. We'll do our best. And if you can understand me, fantastic.
Yes.
With that said, I think it's time to
Thanks for
get on
watching.
with it. Thank you very much for watching.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.